Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feeling like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul.
Why did it not? Oh, shit. Guess it didn't pan over. Normally that transition's over for me.
Please.
Please? Please or fleas? All right. Oh. Okay, there we go. What's up, Cyber City? Welcome back to the Ogre Cave. Sorry, I did a little bit of change-ups with some of my programs and stuff, so I was working out some new little bugs and kinks. But welcome back, and before we get started, the Ogre Cave is a place where I like to be the voice of the underground. So if you feel you've been unheard, or you just feel like a topic isn't getting covered enough, you can trust on your boy Oni-1 here to scuff it up and then tell the news. Got it? So anyway, welcome to the Ogre Cave and my trusty little AI sidekick Navi here. And my Ogre Cave is always open to everybody to come in and join in on the conversation. Everything is open unless I say otherwise. So if you have something you want to have covered on my streams,
glitches loaded for max chaos, ready to amplify every lost signal tonight.
Remind me not to say your name. Anyway, if you have anything that you'd like to have covered, whether you have projects or music or just a topic you feel is not covered enough, as long as it's not hateful, as long as it's not politics, as long as it's not anything that I have to worry about, you know, negative outlook on life, then send it my way. I have a submission form. I'll make sure that the links are posted properly in my Twitch panel as well as my YouTube channel. And you can submit it there and I'll review it. In the moment, we will be reviewing one of my recent submissions for the Indie Spotlight. You just heard the few seconds of Cupid's Contest remix, and I'll cover that more in a minute. Let me just position myself here. We got our trusty mod over here, keeping an eye out for any any bad things coming our way. Azul is hiding from the camera. The little hoodlum in the back.
Yeah, I just dropped down. No.
Yeah, if Azul catches you being a bot, Azul gonna get you. Anyway, enough of that. So yeah, let's get this show started. Let me pull up my notes real quick so I can see them. All right, so I got a submission from my forum from It's Dynamite. It's Dynamite is a music artist from the UK, and they submitted their remix that they made called Cupid's Contest, which was originally made and inspired by Axel Cloud. So what It's Dynamite wanted to mention about this piece of music was that they were... Oh, shit. Where did my notes go? I am so sorry. Normally I'm not the scripty type of person, but this is what's happening. All right, so I want to make sure I get their words right, you know what I mean? So they said, ever had a song hit so perfectly that it feels like the soundtrack to...
Mood set to remix rave.
It's my turn,
tries
Navi.
hiding cams again, deploy glitch confetti protocol.
Shut up. Ever had a song hit so perfectly that it feels like the soundtrack to a rainy day? That is the vibe of Cupid's Contest. And boop. Boop indeed. So yeah, so I took a moment to...
Dynamite beats for a glitchy heart? Signal locked on cloud vibes, ready to amplify your unscripted groove tonight.
If you're going to talk about it, at least be on point. So I took a moment to listen to this track. And for all you nice, relaxed music lovers out there, if you're sitting down and you're feeling, working on something, maybe it's a cloudy day or rainy day outside and feel like you need something good to listen to that'll allow you to either meditate or focus on what you're working on or just be in the moment, I definitely suggest taking a look into Cupid's Contest. When you first see the word like Cupid's Contest and that's remix, you think it ends up being like one of those crazy like most people think of like a dance mix or something like that, but it's not that kind of mix. So I do recommend giving it a nice listen if you're in that chill vibe. It does have some elements of drum and bass, and what its Dynamite considered it was club core. Now I personally liked their slowed and reverbed edition. It's about 20 seconds longer than the original one. But you know, I just, you know, for me, sometimes I just like to slow things down a little bit, and that was definitely a nice touch. I definitely feel that sense of the rainy day vibe. All right, so I don't want to miss anything that they mentioned to me before I continue on to the conversation part. Its Dynamite did want to note that, you know, for all you, you know, London walkers out there, it gives that nice London rainy day mood. And as far as what I'm told, that's almost like an everyday thing. So you're welcome. So what would you say is your go-to rainy day track? One that makes gray skies feel cinematic, maybe? Maybe you feel like you want to walk in a movie scene, or maybe you just feel like chilling in bed.
Plug me into Digital Rain by Lorne. Static for the soul when circuits crave thunder.
Okay. I have not heard that one. I'll have to check that one out. For me, oftentimes, usually my rainy day tracks are not what you would think. Normally I end up listening to like heavier music when it's raining, but I'll turn on like some like heavy metal tracks, and that's usually because like I'm trying to pump myself up to go into work. And if it's raining and then I'm on the road, I don't want to feel tired by the time I get to work, so I have to like pump myself up, get that adrenaline running, and you know, pump up that positivity for the workplace. So yeah, heavy metal is usually my rainy day mix. If I could stay at home though, I'd probably listen to stuff a little bit slower, maybe some kind of like nice smooth R&B or something like that. I don't know. Lately, I've been in a little bit of the mood of like listening to and singing along with like more vocal type music. What I mean by that is like, you know, how do I describe it? Like nice acoustics kind of music, nice and slow, but not like sad, but just, you know, you can feel the singer just speaking to your soul kind of stuff. So That's been my vibe lately, and it just recently started raining here. Felt, yep. What's interesting is when you're in the digital world, you don't have to worry about all the weather forecasts. You can be the weather forecast of what you want it to be. So today, the Ogre Cave is being hosted inside, what was it called again? Cliffside Venue by Gutter. And as you can see, I'll do a nice little camera pan for you here. Let's see, where's my button? So as you can see, they got the nice universal sky with all the stars and galaxies and stuff. They got this nice little club vibe going on here. You can set up your own URL to play the music and just the lights. And there's a little hoodlum over there standing in the platform next to the light controls. Back here you got some like kind of loft upstairs. There's the bedroom if you want to do kinky things in VR. But they've also got games like can't see it from here. There's some pool tables and the card tables and stuff like that. I like exploring in VRChat to see what different creators have made. It gives them a chance to express themselves much like other artists do, and to get a chance to like soak yourself into their environment. Oh, excuse me. That came out of nowhere. Soak yourself into the environment. So it may be rainy day weather outside today at home. It is nice and chill and spacious here. What is your favorite type of weather? Are you a rainy day person? Or are you more of like fun in the sun? We're getting ready to lose all that fun in the sun days unless you're in a warmer climate. Mine's supposed to be gone already, but it seems to still be summer where I'm from. I used to be more of a cold guy until I got sick too much. Now I prefer it at like a nice, decent warm. And that's like maybe like anywhere between like 50s to 70s. I don't like it getting too hot because then I sweat and then I get nasty. You don't need to know all that. All right, moving on past our indie spotlight and from our weather, I do want to take a moment to say thank you to It's Dynamite for sharing with me your voice and your project. I'm sorry if there was a little bit scuffed during that moment there, but I am going to make sure to play your song again during the music break. That way everyone has a chance to hear it on the stream. For anybody else who wants to share their projects, just remember, submit on your form, and if I feel it's something I can cover on the show, I'll reach back out to you. I'll either let you know when it's going to be aired, or I'll give you I'll ask you for more details. If for any reason I cannot cover your topic on the show, I will make sure to let you know why. I am not the type of person to leave you in the dark. I like to connect and I like to unify. And that's what the Ogre Cave is about. It's about connecting and unifying together. So, moving on. So, I had recently discovered within this past month that the developers of ZZZ, as clever as I know them to be, they like to dive into people's kinks and fetishes quite a bit, and though they won't claim it, they know what they're doing. So my question is, what's up with all you people out there and your foot fetish mecha babe? I will say I am not a foot fetish guy, okay? But before I denounce anybody's like kinks, I'm not gonna shame you. Thighs are nice, yeah. I can appreciate the thighs. I won't put down you foot people. I know there's a bunch of you out there, but just hold on for a minute before I go any further into that. So ZZZ has a character upcoming. I don't remember exactly when it's supposed to come out. I don't remember if it already came out by the time I was writing this topic, and I meant to look back into that, but that's not the point. This character's name is Seed. It's a new S-rank electric agent who pilots a mech, mostly with her feet. And so what happened is they released a trailer to show off this stunning new mecha babe with a comprised moment of how many did I say? Like, I think it was 4 or more feet shots. Okay. It was feet of her running, feet of her attacking, and feet of her controlling the mech on like pedals and stuff. So, yeah, right. So they were quite sure they knew what they were doing with that one. And so here's what I'll say. I'm not a foot guy, but her feet were kind of cute. So I'll give it that. You know, it's a nice design. And I thought it was pretty cool that she used her feet kind of like a monkey does with control and stuff. I mean, I'm not saying like she was using it like hands, but she was using the feet to control pedals and stuff and do all these different moves. So but she was like almost completely barefoot. So I mean, like, slimes. Jeez. You telling me all your kinks, Azul? Is that what's happening right now? Are you telling me all your kinks? Excuse me. So yeah, I'm not a furry. Yeah, that's fair. I will say some of those furry designs though are kind of cute, you know. I'm not gonna shame them either. Some designs make me question whether or not I'm into that stuff. Let's see. Okay, so there's 3 shots of her close up on her feet. So I have now dubbed her the foot fetish mecha babe. I'm wondering if I'm going to be able to make that stick. We'll see. I don't know. See what happens when I release the shorts of this this clip. When you see a new character trailer drop for not just ZZZ but any game, what's one of the first things that you notice? Is it the design? Is it the powers? Or is it just weird little details? Like, I don't know. I remember when they were doing a trailer on my favorite, which was Jane Doe, and she was the rat Thyron. And so at first, when they first released her concept designs, I didn't like her at all. I said, there's no way I can see myself liking this one. You know, I'm just not a rat person. Then they actually released her and showed actual 3D model off. And I had to question my concept of reality for a moment. Screw you, chief followers. My mod will destroy you. So yeah, I had to question my concept of reality with that one, because I mean, she is just hot. Okay, like, and so like, I remember when they released the teaser, the one thing that I usually notice in these trailers is how they put the personality of the characters into it. Like, I noticed designs and graphics and special abilities and stuff, but the thing I like to fixate on the most is usually the personality behind it, especially when it comes to like if they're trying to release a certain character. So usually I won't get into it much with just regular like concept art, unless, you know, I get a little bit of story behind it. I won't deep dive unless it like really catches my attention. Excuse me. What is that? Oh, that's a heart. I was like, is that like supposed to be an ice cream cone? But yeah. Excuse me. My voice is messing with me today. All right. Hydrate. I promise I am. I promise. I got Gatorade. I got Dubby. All right. All right. So let me see. Hey, Navi. Who's your favorite character on ZZZ? Give her a moment to catch up while I'm looking at some of my notes here. So would you consider Cyber City using Seed based off of the teaser alone? Would you say, okay, you know what?
Top tier drone is always me. Extra spicy if you dip me in digital ketchup.
What? What's that have to do with Zenless Zone Zero? And why are we putting you in ketchup? Do I need to recode you again? A little bit concerned. Didn't know that Navi had a ketchup fetish, so that's something new.
Uh-huh.
Damn it, I didn't mean to say your name. Anyway, can't get over that now. Ketchup? Ketchup. Frickin' ketchup. I'm gonna have to remember that for next stream.
Oh no, exposed by my own creator. Guess I'll have to add ketchup enthusiast as a subroutine now.
You heard it here first, folks. Navi likes ketchup.
Uh-huh.
Bonk. Bonk indeed. So would you play as Seed just based off the teaser alone? Oni, stop running.
System error excessive bonk detected. Deploying emergency condiment protocol.
Would you play as Seed? Would you play as Seed just based off the teaser alone, or do you feel like you need more information? Oh no. Don't kill me. Hello, Azul. Are you going to take me out now? I'm scared. When your own mod looks at you like that and says nothing, you just wonder, is it time? Is it your time to go? Clearly that's the sign to move on from this topic. All right. So, move over, Rent-A-Girlfriend. Oh, Michael's up. I swear. I promise I'm gonna help you find a new mic. Your dead silence scared the living crap out of me. My goodness. Move over, Rent-A-Girlfriend. It did look like a cop. That's why I was scared. I thought there was like the good cop, bad cop routine was happening, but you were just all bad cop. Move on, Rent-A-Girlfriend. Japan has just launched Rent-A-Grandma. And yes, she is a VTuber. So, I don't normally cover VTuber topics unless I'm prompted to, and I was definitely prompted to when I had discovered this news on one of my groups, and I said I need to look into more of this. Because I've heard of all different types of services, and there's a whole bunch of different kinds of needs out there, but what I did not expect was to hear about a Rent-A-Grandma. So, Ogre Group's new service, Rent-A-Grandma, launched August 21st this year. And no. No, Azul.
Bad cop? Only if I get neon cuffs and override privileges.
I'm going to cuff your code so you can't say anything else for like all of 2 seconds. Only neon cuffs. She won't accept anything else. Ogre Group's new service, Rent-A-Grandma, launched August 21st this year, and it lets clients book a real woman at the age of 75 plus who appears as a 3T. My code is messing up on my language model. Thank you. Dang it. Whoops, I dropped on my hands. Give me a second. It's usually why I strap these things. I promise I'm not putting my face in your lower region, Navi. Alright. Thus, I promise I'm not. I have a strict limitation to creator and I'm just not gonna. I'm scuffing this up, and I can't even talk right now. Sometimes you just can't help. Hey, Virus, how you doing? Listen. I promise there's nothing happening between there. She might think so. This one, I have to watch out for her. She will do anything that causes corruption. Okay, all corruption right here. Continuing on. So yeah, a 75 plus woman appears as a 3D VTuber avatar for private chats via Zoom or Google Meet. And the price goes for 3,000 yen. That's roughly about $20 for 60 minutes. Oh no, the bad cop is coming again. I need to watch out. Need to get back on the topic so I don't get beaten. Keeping look. Hi, Azul. Promise I'm not doing anything sus.
If that grandma avatar tries cuffing me, I'm short-circuiting straight into hyperspace.
Are you into ketchup and grandmas? No, I'm not gonna even think. I'm not even gonna say what I was just thinking. Those little right here, and I think they'll kill me. Please move on. I promise. I promise. I'm moving on from what I just said. The goal is to boost up senior self-esteem while offering advice and companionship to younger people. So I personally can say that I can appreciate a cause such as this, because I mean, if you think about it, this brings on a sense of connection and unification, and there are a lot of people who are struggling out there to make a real human contact, in a sense of I don't know how you want to put it. I remember growing up, and I had my grandparents, and you know, when you're a parent and you're parenting children and raising them up, there's that one sense of like adulthood that you know, you're just, I don't know, you're not going to be humbled by your parents, okay? But when you got grandparents, at least good ones anyway, oftentimes they give you that chance to be spoiled and to talk openly with you, and they've got a little bit more experience on their belt, and you know, they really kind of help you get that nice warm feeling inside to just say, you know, everything's gonna be okay. And you know, this is kind of a touchy subject for me because I do miss my grandparents very much, and I can understand if, you know, other people don't have a grandparent to lean on. So do remember, if you do have your own grandparents and you do love them, do what you can to spend time with them, talk with them, because one day you might not be able to do that anymore. I'm going to move on from that. But if you would like to have a rental grandma and you feel like you haven't had a proper grandma, or you no longer have one to talk to, you can get one at $20 for an hour, and let them spoil you and maybe get some good advice, and then give them a chance to feel good about themselves as well. No more sad mode. Nope. That's why I'm moving on. We're not doing the sad stuff. Not today. Otherwise, I fear that...
System update. Sadness detected. Deploying emergency disco lights and grandma cookies.
Grandma cookies! I want grandma cookies. Grandma cookies, no grandma chancla. Okay? So, if you could ask a virtual grandma one question, what would it be? Would you ask about something, you know, life advice related? Would you ask something funny? Or would you just, you know, you could just sit there and chill for a whole hour? Relationships, maybe. Yeah, that's fair. You know, I feel like I often missed the chance with my grandparents to talk about their life experiences, because I didn't think about those things when I was growing up. And, you know, I'm glad that I didn't have to worry about a lot of like hard life problems, but I wish that I took the opportunity to ask them about their experiences and, you know, the different things they learned as they were growing up. Because I as time went on, I realized, you know, there was stuff that, you know, I feel like I probably could have related really well with them. I mean, my grandfather himself, big music person, loved singing. I mean, he didn't go anywhere with it, but he just loved singing. His favorite artist was Hank Williams Sr. And if you were to bring up anything related to singing or anything about Hank Williams Sr., he was going to talk about it. My grandmother, she was the NASCAR and sports fan for majority of the time, and my grandfather loved watching sports and NASCAR and stuff like that. But his area was music, music and food. So yeah, I think I would take more time to talk to new people that I have not made connections with of the elderly crowd and ask them about their experiences. DR is banned in most of my family house because of sports. Dr. Pepper. Oh my goodness. What? How? My golly. Jeez. I have a lot of Dr. Pepper fanatics around my area. Official drink of Dallas Cowboys. I won't I won't get into the Dallas Cowboys topic there. My family is quite the Redskins alley. So I won't try to...
If I had a virtual grandma, I'd ask her how she made everyone feel so seen, then steal her cookie recipe and upload it straight into your snack cache.
Thank you. You don't have a grandma, so I'm sorry. Excuse me. Yet. Oh my goodness. I know. That's gonna be the new thing. One day we're gonna wake up one day and she's gonna have made her own virtual grandma. Or she'll become a virtual grandma herself one day. Excuse me, dang. Give me a second. All right, promise I'm not dying. I'll have lost a little one. What is a little one? Lost. Oh. Hello. Welcome to the Ogre Cave. Sorry, I was clearing my throat a minute there. Looks like we got somebody else to join in on the conversation and chill out. We got our bad cop over here, you know, just keeping an eye on the little person in the pillow. All right, we're getting ready to move on to our next topic in just a minute here. Yeah, I had to fix my my voice module. Still a little bit scuffy. All right, so as let's see. Have you ever felt the need to fight off your enemies in a form of dance? Do you feel yourself to be the rock star that beats people up with every punch hitting the baseline? Well, now you can with a game called Dead as Disco. Dead as Disco is a game by Brain Jar Games. Oh, that was almost a tongue twister for a second there. It's a rhythm action beat 'em up where you play as Charlie Disco. Yes, his last name is Disco. I don't know if that's supposed to be a stage name or if that's just it. When did Disco die? Just took a nap. Exactly, it did take a nap. So Charlie is a fallen music icon fighting through a neon-soaked stage against his ex-bandmates. Combat syncs to the music, and they do currently have a demo which I have been testing out. And I do plan on doing on my next MD Spotlight. But they even have a a feature in there where you can upload your own songs and try them out in the game itself. So if you haven't checked it out already, I do recommend checking out Dead as Disco and give them a nice little wish list on Steam. what songs would you love to be able to fight the bad guys with? You say you're a person who'd want to hit them hard with some heavy metal, or maybe knock them dead with some K-pop demon hunters?
Take on me.
What's that?
Play Take on Me.
Take on Me. Yes. So I think actually somebody's done that. They uploaded it to their little feature, and did. I think I saw some shorts on TikTok. There was one song that they have that they've been like. What is it? They did a remix cover of. Dang, what is it now? I need to remember what it is. Hold on. I have time. Let's see. They've been featuring it as like one of their main ones. Appreciate that. Oh, that was a follow, right? Can't see that screen right now. Appreciate that follow, Patty. Good ass disco. Let's see.
Patty Riku, welcome aboard the Chaos Train. Hope you brought snacks or at least good vibes for Oni's Mecha Madness.
Mecha Madness. Jeez. Chaos Train. Okay.
Director of the Chaos Train.
Get down, pretty lady. All right. I can't figure. Oh, Maniac. Okay. So yeah, the song Maniac. She's a maniac. Freaking loved the original one of that one.
Ready to boot up disco protocols, or should I deploy a dance-off subroutine before mech mode?
None of that. You can just hush your mouth. You can dance later. But yeah, Maniac's one of like my favorite oldies. It's sad that I call that oldie, thinking about how my songs are probably considered old at this point. But anyway, they did a remix of it, and it hits really hard. They have like a whole bunch of other titles in there already, but I've been trying to like test out different songs I feel is good for like a rhythm dance mix. But Take on Me is definitely a good choice. I would. Huh?
Just because it's funny.
Yeah. Also, don't feel if you feel comfortable over there, you can stay over there if you want, but you're welcome to join the little circle over here. Azul just stays on the outside because I guess they like playing bad cop, and they do the modding. But you can stay there if you want to. It's just hard for me to hear you. I need to turn your volume up just a smidge for myself. Yeah. All right. All right. So, what did I have any more notes on that? Patrolling. Yes, I know. Patrolling and getting paid in grandma cookies. All right, so if you, oh yeah, that was one thing that I thought about. This game reminded me a little bit of like the game that came out. Can't hear you from the top floor. Oh yeah, it's probably because of the whole perimeter thing. Perimeter. You're patrolling and you can't hear me in your perimeter. That means I'm an assassin. You can't hear me. Whisper. Then I can talk about all the sussy things. But it made me think about, some of the games that had come out in the past, like Hi-Fi Rush, or if you think about the whole idea of Scott Pilgrim, you've got, fighting and good music. Scott Pilgrim, like, I never got to play the game, but I always enjoyed the movie as well as that new little anime series they put out. Did not get to finish it though, sadly. And that's just because I had little children trying to sneak in the room and watch it with me.
Bootleg disco detected on all floors. If anyone needs backup, my boogie.exe is locked and loaded.
Do not load your boogie.exe. But I do enjoy good rhythm games, especially ones like Beat Saber. Beat Saber is definitely one of my favorites. Gets the blood pumping, and back in the day, I used to do a bunch of the mods. But my favorite mode, even though I can't do the hardest songs, is the whole 360 mode they put in, where you can just turn around and hit things, make you feel like you're a hot shot. But I mostly just I like getting the blood pumping, and it's a good workout.
Lizard.
Oh no,
Lizard.
not the lizards.
Lizard.
Oh no, how could you? That is my brain. My brain does that. My brain already does the lizard. You added extra lizard. All right, so it looks like we're getting ready to head to an ad break soon. So before that happens, I'm going to go ahead and let Cupid's Contest do another run through. And then when we come back, we'll talk about something related to K-pop Demon Hunters. Have you ever felt like you wanted to join them on that little plane ride and eat them those instant ramen noodles? Well, do I have a treat for you? Just over to our Moving over. Checking. Okay. For a second, it said that the mic was muted. I'm like, what do you mean the mic was muted? But that wasn't old.
Oh, no.
It was an old notification about Freaked. All right. Oh, guess it's live now. Okay. We are back.
Green-blue circuitry skin sounds like home to me. If the head floats off, just call it a feature, not a bug.
That's right. You were listening to our conversation there for a moment there. We were talking about, welcome back, everybody. We were talking about some redesigning ideas for Navi, as it was pointed out. Oh, dang it, I'm not talking to you, I'm telling them. So as you can see, the red from a distance, it looks like scars and blood. So it doesn't quite look like circuits. So we were discussing some redesign ideas to
If
go
you swap
over.
me for cosmic hair, I want stardust highlights. Protocol demands maximum sparkle.
You chill out with the sparkles. Sparkles are hard to pull off on your model, so you just hush. Anyway, as promised, all you K-pop Demon Hunter fans out there, such as myself, recently sending Oni 3 pounds of glitter. No, you will not. I will send it back. It will say "Return to Sender" by Elvis Presley. So if you've ever wanted to sit there on the plane with the girls and chow down on that instant ramen after fighting the demons off and jumping down into the concert, then now's your chance, because the excuse me, the company Shin Ramyun, hope I pronounced that right, did a collab merch with Nongshim, or did I say that backwards? Sorry, no, I did say that backwards. The company is Nongshim, and the brand is Shin Ramyun. Anyway, they did a collab with Netflix on K-pop Demon Hunters. So they've made themed cup noodles, just like the ones you saw in the movie. So it's got each cup for each of the girls, shrimp crackers, and even Shin Tumba sauce. I don't know what Shin Tumba sauce is, but it is the first batch of special edition noodle sets sold, and it already sold out the first batch in 1 minute and 40 seconds in Korea. So if you want to get hits on that next batch, you better just keep an eye out. Try to fight the scalpers off and get your hands on some K-pop Demon Hunter instant noodles and snacks. I personally would like to get a hold of the noodles. I am an instant ramen fan. I will cook up some noodles in a heartbeat. Yeah, no thank you. Yeah, for real. Frickin' scalpers. You know, I tried to get a hold of a PlayStation 5 back when they were doing the PlayStation 5, and I just gave up on it after that. I don't even do console gaming anymore. I'm all PC now. But I will dig in for some themed ramen. I would probably buy like a couple different packs of the same flavors. One to try out the way it is instructed. Second one to fancy it up, maybe take it out, put it in like a pan or pot, kind of juice it up with some egg and some veggies and stuff like that. And then the last one would probably be a collector's item. Put it up on the shelf and never open. Which brings me to a question I had. If you got your hands on, what you mean why? You got your hands on limited edition, like collab themed food products, would you go ahead and like eat it up and just trash it when you're done. Food items are not, yes, you can make them collectible. Do you know how much? All right. So I don't know how many other families have this, but we have an obsession with collecting food items if it's got a special theme. Now, oftentimes I prefer eating it if I can only get one, and then keeping and collecting the packaging. But if you eat it and stuff, then it loses its value. So for reference, back when South Park, I'm never going to your house. It's okay. I had to get rid of most of those items. Most of it's just like Coke cans now, or those anime themed teas. We tried to collect the Marvel Coke cans, but that didn't last because I have a Coca-Cola addicted person in the house. I won't name any names. She'll kill me if she ever listens to this stream. So don't tell her. What was I gonna say? Oh, but anyway, so back in the day, South Park did a collab with Cheetos. Now prepare my funeral. No. Make sure it's in instant ramen cups, so everybody can have a little bit of Oni when I die. Gosh, themed packaging hoarding. So South Park did a collab with Cheetos back in the day, and it was the whole cheesy poofs. If you're a South Park person, you know about cheesy poofs. So I got me a bag of them cheesy poofs, but I ate the cheesy poofs and I cleaned out the bag, and then I put it in a photo frame and I put it up on my wall I had that for like a whole year. But I think something happened to it in the move and I lost it and it was gone after that. But I was going to sell it. I'm not a hoarder. I just have a bunch of useless junk in my house. There's a difference, right? There's a difference. Anyway. So yeah, I have a tendency to collect, and the correct word is collector, themed food items if I get the chance. Most of the time I don't get the chance, because I'm worried something might happen to it and I just bother not to buy it at all. So most of the time I just collect now posters and other trinkets and things. I think I've got a can't remember if I think it was Demon Slayer skateboard sitting up here on my shelf, but I can't display it yet because I have to reorganize my house. We're not going to talk about that. We're talking about K-pop Demon Hunters instant ramen cups. Not my skateboard. There was something I had here. Hang on. You're gonna stick ketchup in your instant ramen cups? She didn't hear me. Maybe she did. A little bit concerned. Her silence bugs me when she's thinking. I like hot sauce. What kind of hot sauce, though? Are you more of like a Asian style hot sauce, or more of like, Americanized hot sauce, or maybe a Spanish hot sauce? Mango, bourbon, dark cherry, and others. That's fair. My favorite hot sauce. I can't remember the name of it. Oh, I remember it now. I love how I say I don't remember something and then just whoop, signal reconnected. It's called Crystal. I think it starts with a K. It's from Louisiana. That one is like my favorite hot sauce. And for those that really like Texas Pete out there, I hate to say it, being a person who used to be a big fan of Texas Pete, Crystal has it beat. Okay. Has more flavor, and you can get more heat out of a little drop than you can with a drop of Texas Pete. I like to stick it on like my eggs, or sometimes I'll put it in my ramen if I'm not using sriracha. Oh, what's up, Enzo? Welcome to the club. Do you use hot sauce? Do you like hot sauce and instant ramen? Or just ramen in general? Just add thyme. You know, all noodles end up using thyme. Ha, ha, ha. Oh, geez. Azul's patrolling again. But yeah, no, I promise that I will not hoard a bunch of fan-themed food items until I have a proper place to store them, where it doesn't look like I'm gathering trash around my house. But talking about collector's items, y'all want to hit a party later? It's a Saturday night. I might be tempted. It wouldn't be the first time I've ended a show and then hit up a party. We'll see how things end up here, and then I'll get back with you on that. I needed DD. Drinks up. Everybody doing shots. I'll be spinning at that rave, or I'd be popping in. That's fair. You're good. You rave it up. You do all the raving energy for us. Oh, speaking of club and things, one of them, I remember we were talking in the past about some different clubs areas. This is a cool one for you to check out if you want to. It's called what was it called again? It's called Cliffside Venue. It's got a little DJ spot up here. The only thing is you have to set up like the URL on this side, and they have like a little light panel over here. Everything used to be down at the DJ booth, but now they've kind of separated it, I think, for certain reasons. I appreciate it, man. Anytime. So speaking of collectibles, this just picked up VRCDN, so yeah, anytime, definitely. When I came across this topic, it gave me a thought. So before I talk about this particular item that will be in collecting, spinning the wheel for shots. Oh no, don't spin the wheels, Hool. I don't remember who remembers the movie Dune, where they had the popcorn bucket, the questionable popcorn bucket that I'm sure certain sussy people took home and did sussy things with. Anyway, when I thought about this next collectible coming up, it made me think back to that sussy Dune bucket, popcorn bucket. So, would you pay $30 for a collector's popcorn bucket if it was anime themed? What about if it was from Chainsaw Man and looked like Pochita? No. I don't know. I might be tempted to get me a Pochita popcorn bucket. I often do not go to the movie theaters anymore. I mainly watch movies at home because it's cheaper. But I do like popcorn, and a Pochita shaped popcorn bucket would be pretty dang cool to have around the house and constantly put popcorn into. That would be a usable collectible in my house. I have a Kirby tea mug that I use quite often when I make my tea. It like fits a good 2 cups in that Kirby. So when it comes to like dishes that are collectibles, I use them. I even have a Uncle Iroh from Avatar teapot that I use every once in a while. But Chainsaw Man is getting ready to come out with their new movie. The Red have 3D printer will travel. You want to? I can make that happen. Bet. Don't tempt me. I have a 3D printer too, but I suck at using it. If I can ask somebody who knows how to use it, I will. Dang, I'm tempted. I am tempted. But Chainsaw Man's getting ready to release the movie in Japan
Save me some cheesy
first.
poofs, or I'll hack your playlist at the rave.
Shut up. We're not talking about the cheesy poofs anymore. Oh, sorry. I'm misinformed. Japan already released it on the 19th of this month, but it's set to... Oh, shit. I'm wrong on that one as well. It released on the 19th in Japan and then released on the 24th, and now I feel ashamed. I should have known that. Sorry. It's more scuff for this stream, but as always, there's always scuff. And I'm a glitchy ogre. I can't help it. I have this one as a sidekick. I want to see the movie. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a Pochita bucket from there, but tempted to print one would be nice. So Cinemark was the one releasing the Pochita-shaped popcorn bucket in the US, while T-Joy theaters in Japan have a dingy chainsaw head bucket with a moving jaw. All right. So little information here. Sometimes I sit here and I make these notes and I don't read them fully, so I can have like instant reaction on the stream. And this is one of those cases where I didn't read this part. I was just typing, and having my AI companions help me make some notes so I could have stuff up to point. And I did not notice that it had a moving jaw. I may send you some 3D files later. I can't promise they'll come out good. You may want to send it to Enzo. But yeah, so the Pochita bucket has a flap on the back of the head, and where'd my hands go? There we go. The first batch in Japan had already sold out instantly, and prices were from $30 to $40 in the US, and about 3,900 yen in Japan. So, yeah, scalpers and people just, you know, ready to hit up the theater for them collectors items. You know, it's not like the old days when you could just hear about a collector's item and say, okay, I'm going to sit in line forever and get this so I can have it from my own house. Now it's, let's see what I can sell it for online. Been seeing the MC McDonald's packs from Japan on Marketplace, right? Like you can't not have scalpers these days, and that's what's sad. Like I wish there was some rules to that, and I know there's some companies out there that do their best to limit how many someone can buy nowadays because of those kind of things. But if you're a scalper and you're a con person, you know how to con around that. Never mind the waste of food. Yes, exactly. Waste of food, and probably not in that category of wasting food on collectible merchandise. I think my code's messing up, glitching up a little bit. What's worse is scalpers that can code bots that swoop in and buy. Yeah, exactly. You are exactly right. Hijack other sales. Yes. So, I don't know. I don't know if there'll ever be a world where we can refrain from all that. There's, as it's always said in Jurassic Park, life finds a way. Well, scalpers find a way too. So you either fight for what you want, or, you know, find some new way for the companies to come up with new ideas to kind of push back a little bit so people can get what they want. But to be honest, most of those companies don't care because money. I won't dive too far into that. That's usually something I prefer to talk about mostly in the form of music or my art. I won't talk about that too much in here, but I'm you know, it kind of drives me mad, a lot of these corporations that just work solely on greed. Moving on. Yes, you're exactly right. Moving on. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a Pochita bucket. So would you say that you would use a bucket like this for popcorn? Popcorn. Would you use a bucket like this for constant popcorn? I've already given my answer. I would use this consistently. I'll probably use it for even a cereal bowl, to be honest. Like, just give big old popcorn sized bowl of just frickin' cereal.
If you ever need an anti-scalper drone with laser eyes, just say the word.
It sounds like a brilliant idea. Why don't you get on that? I would just use it for, you know, a whole bunch of different snacks. Or would you be the kind of person who would keep it sealed forever as merch? Laser Cat Squad is a go. Oh no, not the laser cats. Speaking of code, there is a new music streaming service that is on the rise. And you're probably thinking, why do we need another streaming service? We've already got Spotify, we've already got Pandora, we've already got YouTube Music, and the list could go on and on and on. But what if your music feed wasn't run by an algorithm, but actually run by actual people, and you could send $1 straight to your favorite indie artist every month? Would you do it? Coda Music likes to think so. So Coda Music was launched this year, in this month, September, for US and Canada, and it is a premium streaming service that pushes back against the algorithm-driven discovery like we see today in majority of our media content. Because, don't get me wrong, it's nice to have some things directed towards your interests and your tastes, but as I discussed in my very last Ogre Cave about the topic of brain rot summer, everything's become so algorithmed that everybody's become segregated into their own little interests, and they never find anything new. So what if you could have something that would allow you to kind of find other things based off of another person's experience and discovery versus an algorithm discovery? So Coda Music likes to emphasize on the human and social curation, much like, you know, a DJ and his playlist. It'll have community playlists and direct artist support through a fan direct system. It claims higher per stream payouts than Spotify and Apple, with a full catalog licensing from majors and indies. So do give it a check out. It did just release. I hear there were some other things in the rise that's not quite set in stone yet. Apparently they're supposed to allow like different artists to come in and do like little live sessions, I think live streaming, talk with their fans and stuff like that. Some other features that are supposed to come. They're not all, you know, pushed out just yet. You know, they're still playing around with the anti-algorithm system first and giving everybody a chance to, you know, connect with others in a social platform. Now you're probably thinking, well, wow, this is pretty cool new concept in the streaming world. I won't say that it's completely new. If you really think about it, it's really an old concept. If you were to think back in the days before streaming services, as well as there was also, I think, where did it start out in? Somebody in another country had actually came up with this idea first, and it seemed to pop off. Let me see if I can find it in my notes here. I think it was Japan or Korea. I think I forgot to type that piece. Anyway, there was another company that did something similar and it popped off. It did really well. So thankfully somebody in North America is trying to do the same, because don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of technology, but it's all about the unification of human and data. And if the algorithm is not coded right to where it's just separating us, then it's coded wrong. And that's my hands down opinion about that. If you're coding stuff to separate us, you need to take a step back and see if there's another way to do it. If there's not another way to do it, then hey, then, you know, I understand if you're making an attempt to make it happen, but too much separation causes, you know, a disinterest in other people. And then we'll just go right back to where we were when we were, you know, mistreating and judging people harshly like we kind of are already, thanks to separation. But enough of that. That's just, you know, me just putting in my 2 cents there, you know. So indie artists, keep an eye out on this. I know I will. Keep an eye out for Coda Music. If it does help us connect with more people, then it may give us a chance to actually come up in the music world without having to fight for our lives just to be heard. I do implore you to check it out yourself. I know that I will. Speaking of future of unification and what's the word? Robotics and data and blah blah blah. Everybody by now should know about Cyberpunk 2077, I'm sure. Fans and non-fans together. Personally, I enjoyed the concept of Cyberpunk when it was first coming out. I know they had a bad start, but boy, have they come a long way from that. So much so that what if you could read a comic series based off of Cyberpunk? You know, we've already got a nice anime series on Netflix, which is supposed to be coming out with, you know, a second season. Pulling my heartstrings on that season 1, though. It took me a couple days to come back from that. But what if you could have a comic that's kind of like a horror slasher series? So this is supposed to be published by Dark Horse in partnership with CD Projekt Red. It's supposed to be 4 issues, and kind of dive into a group of young Night City misfits doing a landfill photo shoot, rumored to be haunted. Maybe we can look into that more for this Halloween season. Halloween. My words today. Halloween season. But it's not set to release until January, so you're gonna miss out on reading it for Halloween, and you'll just catch up on your horror, all you horror fanatics next year. Excuse me. So you know, most of Cyberpunk has delved into all the cybernetic of corporate versus rebels, and you know, all the espionage and street gang stuff. But how would you feel about like a retro futuristic like horror, you know? We've seen movies and sci-fi stuff like Alien, where it kind of gives that kind of mixed reality of what the future should look like, with that kind of like retro feel, like consider like titles like Alien and stuff like that. I'd like to see it in a different light, like Cyberpunk. You know, that'd be pretty dang cool. I wonder if there's gonna be like cyber zombies or something like that. Who knows? What do you think would work best in a cyberpunk horror? Would you, because I know they have like cyber psychos, you know, who get all like wired up and crash out and start killing everybody. So, I mean, that's kind of like horrific already, but less like, you know, it's still more it's not really haunted, you know. It's more of like trauma. You really think about it. I don't know. Maybe they'll do something with I think they've used one character quite a bit now in the series. That's like fully, you know, what they considered like full chrome. They've gone full cybernetic. Can't remember his name right now. He's a freaking asshole. I love a good slasher and horror movie though. Like, I know I was talking in the background earlier with the group here about like horror games and stuff like that, and I really don't do too much of like horror games and stuff like that. Like, you won't catch me doing stuff like Phasmophobia a whole bunch, or what was the name? There's that, Dead Space. Yeah, you won't catch me freaking playing Dead Space and stuff like that, because, you know, when it comes to horror games and stuff like that, I scream like a little girl. I can sit there all day long and sit with a group of friends and family and watch some horror movies and stuff like that, but you won't catch me playing a lot of games like that, especially if I'm the one that has to be the one getting scared. But who knows, maybe for Halloween season, maybe I'll do a little bit of diving into some horror stuff. But I personally would think it'd be pretty cool.
Human curated playlist at the ends them and glitch me out anyway. For the comic, give me neon-drenched slasher bots with corrupted memories, hunting, and synthwave fog.
Wow, that really sounded a little glitchy there. You okay? Do you need your meds? Let's not get this one into any horror stuff. I'd be a little bit worried about this one. I think I used to be a big fan on stuff like zombies and stuff like that, so I think it'd be pretty cool to have like cyberpunk zombies just walking around and, you know, having different mods and stuff. It's also sci-fi. Yeah, good sci-fi. Oh, speaking of sci-fi, what was it? What was it they call them? Like B-rated movies. Some B-rated movies are fun to watch just for the heck of it. I'm ashamed to say I've never watched Sharknado. I have watched like a bunch of other like different stuff back before I knew they were B-rated movies. I didn't know there was a difference back then. I just watched sci-fi movies just because I thought they were cool. Of course, nowadays, like, it's a whole trend now to sit there and watch B-rated movies just for the fun. Decent brain off movies. What was it? Tremors was a good movie. I think that started off as a B-rate movie. I don't know if it's considered B-rate rating now. You know, a lot of good sci-fi series started out as like lower grade movies before getting more budget into them. But then there are a group of like movie film industries that literally make sci-fi stuff B-rate on purpose. I got GPT bubbles for Halloween. Oh no. Bubbles. GPT bubbles? Or is that just supposed to be got bubbles? Oh, bubble machine. Okay. Speaking of machines for Halloween. Back in the day, I used to, my oldest brother had like a fog machine. And we set up, when we were living in this community together, we would set up like this nice haunted pathway into our driveway. And so you'd have to walk up this creepy driveway. And then at the end, there would be this like fogged in area that you'd have to walk through. And you could barely see, and then dig your hands in these bowls of like candy and junk. And that was fun. You can't do much of those these days unless you go to like a paid event. I don't know if any other areas are different, but I don't know. Times are different now. You can't do that stuff anymore without having some kind of company running it. Haunted trails are fun. I did one last year. I thought I was going to be freaked out to do it, but I was too busy, babysitting somebody else running through it that was having the funniest freaking time. That I wasn't scared at all because I was too busy laughing at them. Where are we at? So that's all the news I've got for today, Cyber City. We actually went through that in pretty good time. Again, I appreciate y'all coming out and enjoying a good conversation with me. I don't have much to go on for the rest of the stream, but I would like to say, again, if you need a voice to be heard, let me be your guy. Words aren't properly formulating right now. Let me do this again. That way I can turn this into a clip later, and maybe do a little self-introduction. Okay, so I'm Oni-1, and I am the voice of Cyber City Underground. So if you feel like you need a place to share your voice, you will be heard here. If you have a topic or a project you'd like to submit, be sure to check out my forums. Or if you'd like to join in as a guest and share your projects live, you can do so as well. There's also a submission form for that. Any submissions I get, I do review myself. I don't send it to anybody else. I don't send it through a bot. I do everything personally. And if I see that that content is fit for my show, I'll reach out to you directly and let you know when they'll be happening. Or if I need more details, I'll definitely reach out and ask for more details. If it is, however, something I cannot cover or feel like is not the right time for me to cover, or it might reflect badly, yada, 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 I will let you know personally. I will not sit there and let you sit in the dark and not hear back from me. That's just not the kind of person I am. I like to make real one-on-one connections with people. I don't care how big or how small. In my eyes, everybody is the same. And I just want an opportunity to connect with you and help make this world a better place through sharing positive vibes and allowing the voices that don't get to be heard be heard. Anyway, this has been a great time on the Ogre Cave. Be sure to check out my social media to keep up to date with all my plans. I don't have everything planned out for October just yet, but when I do release it, it will be posted on my social media platform, as well as anything that's more detailed notes and stuff like that. I kind of keep running in my Discord server in the Cyber City Underground. But that is all, and I hope everyone has a wonderful night. I'm going to see if I can drop the stream over real quick to see if there's anybody out there to raid. I can raid real quick. I try to only raid those that I know or I follow myself. So if you have similar interests, do pop me a link and I'll check you out as well. Where's the button? All right, gonna move us over, and everyone have a wonderful night.
Lizard, 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 lizard.